So, hello, hello. Am I audible, visible? Acha. ठीक है. So the point, okay. So many people they often tell me कि why don't I talk about export or why don't I talk about oil? Yes, I do talk about oil economy. I do talk about the overall operation of exports, multiple dimensions, international finance. But really, I do not talk about ground reality. Why I'm telling you so? See, uh, anyone who is starting off any business, okay, for that proper training is required. Now, I really do not know what is your capital budget, what are your products, what you intend to export, whether you know anything about oil or not, because those who are means after college, after graduation, gate examination, someone getting into gate that yeah, ONGC, someone getting into oil companies, the marketing divisions, they are learning it from base as an officer. After that, they, if you want, they can, you can go to upstream, you can go to downstream for business segmentations. So I really do not know your means where you are standing. That's the only reason why I do not make any comments. What will happen, you will lose money. Getting my point? So anything, anywhere, anything you do, always start from the scratch. That's my only thing. Because over here I can give you the overall orientation, I can give you the overall explanation, but you need to fundamentalize how I will go for. See, if I talk about exports, so there is DP World is there. If we want to talk about logistics sector related businesses, yes, capital you need. That is absolutely your personal, under what capital you will start, that it's impossible for me to um, tell you. But the overall operation, what are incoterms, what are the fundamentals, there will be some 119 hours of training, which is very much essential. Understand what are your products. Initially start with 12 to 14 countries, don't exceed above it. Start with 12 to 14 countries, two to three. Last year only I met one Marwari, okay, so he was like he has been there for some 10 15 years, and he has a capital asset of some 15,000 crores, and his only product is rice. He does not have any other business, only rice export, 15,000 crores. He has galvanized in some 15 20 countries. So know your product. So as for me, it's, I have some 3 to 4 products. Someone who has more capital, he may go for steel, but again, that is not my personal level suggestion. Start with commodities which are daily needed. Suppose you talk about spices, you talk about tea, consumable foods, all those things are there. Go to DP World, go to your, become member of Federation of Indian Exporters, learn everything from the scratch. What is ECGC, who will provide you with what, how to form a company, who is a logistic provider, all those things are necessary. Then only dive into a business. Otherwise, you will, what will happen, you will incur a huge loss. Say suppose if you're starting with minimum capital, then only you will income some 15 20 lakhs loss, and you will stop the business instantly. That I do not want. That's the only reason I'm telling you, 105 hours, 110 hours, do the proper training, know your incoterms well, who is your logistics partner, whether, suppose for mango, so you cannot go for ship. Okay, for that you need airlines. Within 2 to 3 days, by mal bej do, and you get your payments. But say, what is the effective exchange rate? Because money comes from various sectors, various countries, 12 14 countries, say African countries are there, American countries are there. You need to know the effective exchange rate. Accordingly you can go for the base profit segmentations, all those things are there. If I want to talk about economic distribution, so there are fundamental 12 15 books, you write one examination, you know company taxation, everything is training. Getting my point? It's, everything is training. You know what is sovereign bond, you know what is hedge finances, what are the multiple investment capabilities, all those things are there. Unless you know, unless you are very much competent, it's impossible for you to diversify your business or to generate profit in limited time. Money is secondary. What happens is that, okay, what happens is that the, the problem is that many people think I will do business just for big cars and big houses. No, you're absolutely wrong. That should be your least justified segmentation. That is your least justified segmentation. Suppose I have three, four. Suppose those person who have four national awards, five national awards. So what happens is that you know the structures, you know economics, you know finance, you know mathematics, you know targeted possibility, and that's how you go for your range, your enhancement, and that is the base layer of business. Getting my point? That is the base layer of business. Why I'm saying so? Suppose if you want to do business in oil, so firstly you need a galvanizing in ONGC or oil marketing companies. Then you gather funds. You know you should know ki what is your priority. Means, am I working on equity? Am I working on capital asset? Debt venturing or equity finances, how much of venture capital, at which stage should I go for stage foundations, because the VCs are all those people, they have nothing to do with their business. They are only there just to, okay, one day I will talk, they will ignite the overall operation just for their own profit, but you will be in problem. So initial stage, all those angel investment, all those things, I tell you not to go, because ultimately they are economic distributors. I know their mentality. They have nothing to do with you, your company. They just scale for 10x, 20x, 50x, 100x profit within a short range. So what happens? The social perspective, the equity segmented perspective, that is losing. Everything is related to their profit and marginalization. Too much aggression they will show. Ultimately you will you cannot scale up your own businesses if you directly want to go with economic distributors or all those who go for capital investments. That is different story. One day I will tell you what is the mindset of an investor, what is the mindset, how he has nothing to do with your business, whether you fail, and he wants you to fail. I'm telling you, he wants you to fail. Why I'm saying so? Because he has scaled up in 10 companies. He has scaled up in, these are the people whom I meet every day. He has scaled up in 10 companies. Now one company is giving 10x, 12x return. So automatically he wants the other 9 companies to fail just so that he can reap the capital and reinvest in the company which will giving 15x, 10, 20x inertia. He has nothing to do with shit, what is your company's name, whether you are, what product you have, what marginalization. But for you, it is important. So I always tell you, do not go to economic distributors or investor at initial stage. You build up your capillary base, you have your networking, then only you scale up, because they have nothing to do with you. Suppose I'm investing in your company. So how can I have a headache? What is your company doing? All those things. This time, this much of scaling, if it's possible, fine. Otherwise, I will take out the money. I want the nine. Means I do not think in that way, because ultimately you will lose the game. I do not think. I do not even invest in any company. I do not even invest in any company. But I'm telling you the mindset. Okay, so always make your own base, make your own network. Otherwise, you will fail. Economic distributor wants 9 companies to fail so that the 10th company can reap him 10x to 20x. Capital market, equity financing, knows these things. Know your finances well, because what is the problem with India? Suppose a student of say 11 or 12 or college level, he has it or not, that is not important. If somehow tomorrow you see 200 crores, 500 crores popping up in your screen, you do not know how to go for economic leverage, how to go for the economic distribution, how to re-equity on those finances. Otherwise it's going to hamper your overall structure of business. That knowledge is lacking. You have it or not, that is secondary. But a college student, school student, he should know their equities, their investment, their portfolios. So for that, proper training is very much required. That's why I do not talk of anything over here. What will I talk? Because at what stand you are doing, you're standing, what you know about it, I really do not know. If you want to start oil businesses, get attached, take 45 days of training, then only, firstly, you have the basic knowledge. means you have been into oil companies, the PSUs, the oil marketing, the ATF, all those things are there, the bottling plant, you know all their basic arrangements. Then only after with proper 30, 45 days their training, 15 days onshore, for 30 days offshore training, then only you get into it. Otherwise, you will be in problem. Okay, because there are justifications, alarming factors are there, the various other carbonation process, very many other things are there. Similarly, those who mm, deal with small products, now they are their business is different. Suppose you are making some biscuit, or you are making say ghee, or you are making something, some food items, anything of that sort. Now, or Pepsi, Cola, all those things are there. What happens is that there is also the money comes. That means, oh, those who are thinking ki I need 4 cars, 5 cars, this much big house, chhod do. That is, then only you will get drowned. Understand what is my product. Ask yourself what is my product. If I They have very big markets. I'm telling you, they have some 1200 crores, 1500 crores, 2000 crores. Ghee even have 800 crores market. And when you are scaling two products at a time, take one as a big product and take one as a small product. Why? If you understand the twin balance sheet problem, then only I will reciprocate it later. But and ask yourself, this much help I can do. Ask yourself, what is your product? Who are your targeted beneficiary? Can I scale up 4 to 5 quantifications at the right time so that I can get the priced liquidity, and I can benefit from the equities, the portfolio equities that I have? If you really want to enhance some 800 crores, 1200 crores, 1500 crores, those small products, biscuit, lipstick, kurkure, jaljeera, or anything of that sort, so you need distributors, you need sub distributors. Your product need to resonate from Leh and Ladakh. It should be there in your Kanyakumari. It should be there in every state, Chennai, Vellore, northeastern state, and that is possible when you know your distributors well, you know your network outsourcing, you know your venture capital plans. There is proper economics involved. Ki this much of scaling. What is my hybrid quantification number? Hybrid quantification is number is like ki below the this much of sales, targeted sales, I will infuse loss. Okay, so if you're dealing with small products, okay, so suppose Amul, it's a very big company. Now they have some so they have some gone for quantification ki this much of quantifications ki suppose per state I need 2 billion XQR products, maybe what are the products that they have, everything inclusive. Otherwise, I will incur loss. So, for your product, you need to go for your networking. You need to know your leverage scaling. You need to know the structures that will reap you uh, higher economic capitalization at least for 2 to 5 years. Then only go to venture capital. Know which are the funds to be finalized by debt financing. Know which are to be done by equity financing. Know how to capture the market, the distributors, their state distributors, your network possibility, and how you can actually modernize or galvanize your product just to beat up the competition. That is also important. So you're getting my point. It has nothing to do with cars or houses or what you have. Those things are not important. Proper training, knowing your product, knowing the capital markets, how you can actually suppose you have pan India market. Now you start scaling into other countries. Make a macro plan, make a micro plan, know your distributors, who are the agents who are going to distribute it, at what corpus capital pricing. Because state, suppose all over India you have one pricing. Whenever you are going into foreign, there the effective exchange rate, I'm not talking about export, effective exchange rate. Suppose you talk about that company that makes coffee, okay, say Nestle. say you talk about Nestle. Now it has been galvanizing in 14 countries, 15 countries, different country, different charters, different taxation laws, different base erosion, profit marginalization. So start galvanizing with two products, three products, know your marginal capital cost, know what to leverage, which countries to leverage. Do I really have an existing market over there, or I need to galvanize the product? Like coffee, Japan was never a very fond up of coffee. So they initially started off with the coffee bite, that 1 rupee ice cream, that's 1 rupee toffee. And over the years, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, they have incorporated the whole market. So that is also important, knowing your product. Now, if I want to say, export tea to Dubai. So rather than that, European Union countries are there. Dubai is there. Sorry, Russia is there. New Zealand is there. Australia is there. They're huge people. They want those products. Tea, various type of teas are there. Kashmiri tea is there. Nilgiri tea is there. Darjeeling tea is there, and you can get it directly from either from third distributors. That I do not prefer. You get it from the e-auction house. Okay, initially go to Nilgiri, go to Assam, see the material products, you see what specifications they are asking, HSN codes, understand it, verify it. Always take the government that ye report, the lab report, phytosanitary report, all those things are there. That what's that called? How HSRN, Hawaii. I think that is required only for Dubai. Okay, so various things are there. No, understand your product. Whenever you're starting off any business, whether you have already market presence in India, whenever you want to scale up in foreign countries, know your products, how to go for distribution, how to use your own resource capillary for justification, how much of inducement I need from capillary markets. Accordingly, design your products, do the manipulative pricing to beat out the competition, know the people who will give you effective exchange rate, know your order of placement, and accordingly diversify. Getting my point? Many other days I talk about in India geopolitics, all those things, but on these things are very much essential if you really want. People have already done. They have scaling in 10, 15 countries, not export. I'm talking about their own products. They have their own market, and they are flying huge billionaires, 20,000 crore, 50,000 crore, 80,000 crore, and that's very much more possible if you do not pay any attention to money. Know your structure, know your autonomy, how to finance international policies, what are your state standardization in terms of taxation, how much of capital gains you want to give, what are your dividends that you are paying out to your stakeholders, do I really need that resource augmentation or not, what are the manipulative practices just to embark a sense of long-term ergonomics, accordingly work on the calculative philosophy, the portfolios which will leverage you that benefits, do the standardization in terms of your product, in terms of your market. If you know AI, no need of being a master of AI, know how you can scale your product in other countries, the overall leverage factors, their monetization, their capitalization, their sense of autonomy, and how it differentiates other products in terms of long-term sustainability, in terms of pricing, in terms of benchmark indexes. And it's all yours. You will win the market, whatever be the product, small product, long product. Training, understanding, knowing mathematics, arithmetic, logical reasoning, how to standardize things, manipulative practices, your tax code, your IRS tax code of various countries where you want to scale, and automatically 50,000 crore, 80,000 crore, one generation, two generation, whatever it is, it's very much possible. Just the basic lining, money side में structure, economy, functionality, leverage, economical principles, capital markets, networking, process engineering, accreditation centers, your proper taxation code, base alignment, and you just scale it up. If you need anything, do give me a call. I will personally meet you, and if possible, I will personally meet you and help you out. Okay, all the very best.